I was working a job. It was one of those temp jobs. You know, for the holidays, they hire, you know. Really, jobs do that because they want to test out some people. And so there are some permanent jobs, but they don't tell you that. They just, you know, the ones that they want to get rid of, they don't. So I'm working a temp job, you know, I'm hustling, I'm working hard or whatever. And then everybody knows that the job is about to end. It was like 90 days or something. Everybody knows the job is about to end. So everybody's getting upset, you know, people talking, man, I work real hard. And they just, you know, they could give somebody a job. They be trying to hold money. Everybody fussing and it's all kinds of. And I'm getting worried too because I was like, man, I thought they was going to hook a sister up. So, you know, I'm getting concerned too. And then one of the supervisors comes to me and says, really been liking what you're doing? Keep doing what you're doing. You have a job with us. I ain't tell nobody else. Because I wanted them to keep acting up. Okay, y'all. And so now I'm watching people get upset and they fussing and they worried and they concerned and they stressed out. We all in the same circumstance. Y'all ain't 2%. We all going through the same issue. We all got the same mess. We all got the same problem. We all worried about our money. But I've got a word. I had a word that said, no, at the end of this thing, you got a job. Y'all ain't talking back to me. And so what God has done is he let them know, you're going to have to go through some stuff. But at the end of this thing, I'm going to take care of your situation. I'm trying to tell you now, I don't care what you're going through or what issue you're dealing with. If you just stand on your word. Why would they stop at the palace if that's not where the star stopped? Because in their own minds, they believed since a king was being born, that he would be born in the palace. They use their own minds. There's a difference in imagination and revelation. There are a lot of people who live by imagination. Imagination is what you create yourself. Revelation is what God shows you. And there are a lot of people who create their own worlds. You can tell by the stuff they put on Facebook and stuff. You live in imagination. You think that that's what's going to happen in your life. You think that everything is messed up. You think that you got so many problems because you are living by imagination. But when you live by revelation, you know exactly what God said, and you follow what God said instead of what you're thinking of yourself. Preach, girl, up in here. They still got to the place that they were supposed to go to, just not the way they thought they were going to go. Am I preaching to anybody? And what happens to us is we have made up in our mind with our imagination exactly how God is supposed to bless us and exactly how things are supposed to happen. It says, but they weren't able to go back the way that they came. That once they had a moment with Jesus, once they had a moment with the star, that it changed their direction. The purpose was still fulfilled. It may have changed the way that I was going to do it, but the purpose is still the same. It didn't happen the way that I thought it was going to happen, but God still did it. Somebody needs to learn that even though it didn't look like the way you thought it was going to turn out, even though it didn't shape the way you thought it was going to shape, you ought to give God praise where you are, because the purpose shall still be fulfilled.